Hip extension. Mark is going to demonstrate the first progression from a seated position. So with the older adult population and the deconditioned, a way to get them to activate their backside, which happens in hip extension when we take the leg behind the body, is just to have them squeeze their muscle. So they squeeze their backside and then they release. This generally gets a little giggle out of your class as well. So Mark's demonstrating just squeezing and relaxing. If your students are nice and steady on the chair and they feel okay and stable in this position, they can turn to the side like Mark's doing, hold the chair with their hand in the back and with their hand in the front, and then they can activate their glute and squeeze their glute and release. This is a really small motion, and there's not a lot of movement, and that is okay, because if there was a really big movement right here, it would throw your student's body off. So again, the intent in a seated position is just to get them to squeeze their backside, their bottom, their tush, whatever you want to call it, their glutes, and relax. The next progression is coming up out of the chair. So Mark's going to do that. Nice work, Mark. He's going to come to the back of the chair, gently hold on, and then 1 foot at a time, he's going to tap behind his body, again, activating his backside, and then coming back center. And then possibly, when your students get good here, they can progress to actually lifting that leg off of the ground. Now, the common thing you'll see with your students is they're going to lift that leg way up in the sky, and you're going to see, like Mark's back right here, this incredible arch in the low back, and guess what? That will torque their back, and their core is not engaged anymore. So it's a small movement where they can keep the length of the spine, like Mark is demonstrating. Another progression would be keeping this all on one side. So you keep doing hip extension on the same side. Thank you, Mark. Moving to Darcy, who will demonstrate the next progression, is she is freestanding. So she can have her arms out for balance as needed, and she's going to alternate the tap behind her body. Again, just making sure she's keeping that nice long spine. And then eventually she may be able to lift the leg off of the ground, possibly adding in some counterbalance. So her arms come to the front of her body. So she's doing a combination movement. This freestanding is your high-end experience students and your Excel students. You can even have them hold for a second and go into balance right here. Beautiful. Thank you, Darcy. That is hip extension.